It's September 2022, a warm evening in early autumn. As the sun dips below the horizon, the Rockstar Games headquarters in New York City hums with its usual activity. Developers and designers are deeply focused, working on what promises to be one of the biggest gaming releases of the decade, Grand Theft Auto 6. To the outside world, it's just another evening, but within these walls, something extraordinary is about to unfold. Suddenly, the Rockstar Games headquarters buzzes with activity, but something feels off. A developer receives a strange message on his screen, a message that shouldn't be there. He hesitates, then clicks. The room falls silent. The headquarters erupts in panic as the gravity of the situation becomes clear. This is more than just a routine breach. It's an attack on one of the most closely guarded secrets in gaming history. The gaming world is about to be shaken. The US government will classify this incident as a major cybercrime, one that will attract the attention of law enforcement across the globe. He'll face serious consequences for this moment of triumph glory. Across the Atlantic, in a quiet place in Oxfordshire, England, a 17-year-old boy in his hotel room sits on the edge of his bed. The weight of what he's done doesn't faze him. After the release, he simply goes to bed and falls asleep, unconcerned. He's also the leader of Lapsus, which have made headlines for their bold attacks on tech giants like Uber and Nvidia, causing nearly $10 million in damages. His audacious breaches in Rockstar Games stunned the cybersecurity world. And this is his story.
Hijack the computers.
Is political.
Computers of several teenagers.
Lapsus stuck.
This is an unusual move.
That's cyber attack.
The FBI.
2017, Oxfordshire, England. Arian Kurtaj, a 13-year-old, sits at his PC. He isn't your typical English teenager. He suffers from autism, ADHD, and many other complex health diagnoses. He loves his PC, video games, and his bike. At some point, Arian starts cheating in his video games. This gave him his first taste of using a computer to do things you're not supposed to, things that felt powerful and exciting. He is slowly becoming interested in it all. After some time, he shifts his focus to more complex forms of Minecraft hacking. He begins learning everything he could about how computers work, and more importantly, how to manipulate them. By 2019, now almost 15 years old, Arian had moved on from Minecraft to experimenting with something more exciting, hacking random websites, just to see if he could. It was an exciting time to get into hacking. Many decentralized hacker groups were thriving, and getting into their secret chats gave you a front row seat to their actions. Arian is fascinated. After hanging around secret chats for a while, he starts finding some groups. At that time, some of the big names were showing how to make global headlines, all from the comfort of your bedroom. On top of that, some of the members were linked to several high-profile data breaches, a questionable group to say the least, and seemingly more advanced than Arian at that time. He is clearly making new friends, something he likely struggled with in real life. In 2021, Arian, along with another hacker named Everlyn, forms a new group called Infinity Recursion. Infinity Recursion engages in bold operations, including fake warrant and subpoena services. By using hacked law enforcement emails, they start sending fake legal requests to companies, demanding sensitive data about anyone they want. The main focus of the group, though, is SIM swapping. SIM swapping is a trick where someone takes over your phone number, allowing them to reset your passwords and gain access to your accounts. People who hold large amounts of cryptocurrency on online exchanges are their primary targets. The hardest part of SIM swapping is usually finding out the victim's email address and phone number. That's where the fake subpoena requests come in handy. Infinity Recursion is quite advanced, and Arian gets better and better at the game. He's making a lot of money with this, but Infinity Recursion never gets the attention he craves. And like most hacker groups, Infinity Recursion doesn't last long, and eventually the members break apart. But not everyone is ready to quit. By the end of 2021, he and some remaining members form a new group called Lapsus, unknowingly setting the stage for everything he craves: fame, recognition, and a legacy as one of the most notorious hackers. This group will bring him the infamy he's been chasing, for better or worse. Just weeks before Christmas, Lapsus makes a big splash by hacking the Brazilian Ministry of Health website. They replace all essential healthcare services with a ransom page, demanding payment for over 50 terabytes of stolen data. The attack grabs major headlines, but despite the headlines, the cybersecurity community remains unfazed. Eventually, after a couple of weeks, the ministry regains control and recovers the stolen data from unaffected backups. The group doesn't seem particularly advanced, but Lapsus isn't slowing down. The group controls a network of stolen credentials, Instead of diving straight into the technical side, they take advantage of human weaknesses. They start by researching their target, looking into the organization's structure and key employees. With their intel in hand, Lapsus crafts an official-looking phishing email, posing as IT or a company executive, and tricks an employee into clicking a malicious link or giving up their login credentials. By the new year, Arian is tapping around Lapsus network, curious about what they've actually gotten under their control. Here he finds that one is a Brazilian-based car rental company, but caught damage isn't enough this time. Arian decides to make a statement. He redirects the website to an adult video site. This attack caught the attention of the media, and for the first time, their Telegram server is making an appearance in these news articles. Lapsus was using it to publicly share details about their hacks, and with each new story, their Telegram group was growing, and Arian seemed to be enjoying the attention. New hacks start happening daily, and before authorities can begin a serious investigation, Lapsus leaks screenshots on their Telegram channel, hinting at their biggest target yet, Okta, a prominent American cybersecurity company. Although Lapsus doesn't steal any data this time, but they proved they could breach companies that were supposed to protect against such attacks. The news only gets bigger, and with millions of eyes now on Lapsus, no one has figured out who's behind the group. While Arian is leveling up as a hacker, he also knows he's making powerful enemies, so he takes extensive measures to protect himself. He avoids using his own Wi-Fi network, and instead connects through compromised networks and public hotspots. He consistently routes his traffic through VPNs and anonymizing services like Tor. He uses stolen credentials to access systems, making it hard to trace back to him. After his work, he clears logs and encrypts his data, ensuring no evidence is left behind. He knows he has a lot to lose, but ultimately, it won't be enough. (2022) In London, a different kid who goes by the name KT is obsessed with hacking. He runs a popular website called DocSpin, where hackers openly share people's personal information and data. At some point, while tapping around his Discord server, he comes into contact with Arian, and the two start chatting. As their chats deepen, Arian becomes fascinated by DocSpin. Impressed by its reach, Arian decides to buy the site from KT. Just weeks after taking over, Arian struggles to manage the site properly, or maybe he just doesn't care, and unfortunately drives the site into the ground. The users of DocSpin get so mad at him that they start targeting and harassing him. By January, the harassment gets so intense that Arian is forced to sell the site back to KT for only 20% of what he originally paid, losing $75,000. Frustrated and angry, he tries to regain control by locking the domain and stealing the Discord server name, but KT quickly manages to regain access. Still furious, Arian hacks into DocSpin's Twitter account and offers $100,000 to anyone who can provide information on KT. But KT outsmarts him again, regaining control of the Twitter account and mocking Arian's failed attempts. In retaliation, Arian leaks the entire DocSpin database online, exposing everyone's personal information. This enrages the DocSpin community, and they quickly plan their revenge. The next day, possibly the most thorough document ever posted on the site goes live, revealing Arian's identity and, worse, his involvement with Lapsus. There's now a name connected to the group, along with damning accusations that Arian had stolen over 300 bitcoins, worth $14 million, through his various cybercriminal operations. This post goes up on January 8th, and by January 22nd, news breaks that just shy of his 17th birthday, Arian is taken in by the police for investigation. However, the authorities likely don't have enough evidence. Arian's habit of conducting all his hacks on virtual private servers works in his favor. Even after they seize his personal computer, they find no evidence on it. Ultimately, they have no choice but to let him go for now. He gets extremely lucky, but even with his name now publicly linked to Lapsus, he feels invincible. Not even a month later, the hacks start again, this time targeting even bigger companies. Lapsus starts targeting giants like Nvidia, Samsung, and more, gaining attention as the new cool Anonymous. Arian seems enjoying the spotlight, but now he has his sights set on an even bigger Microsoft. He releases a 37-gigabyte file containing Microsoft source code and data. In response, Microsoft mobilizes every resource, determined to hunt down the hackers. Just a day later, Lapsus is listed on the FBI's most wanted list. Arian, after everything he did to make life hard for KT and ruin DocSpin, is now desperate and pleading for help. He tries to bribe KT to remove his docs and spread false information that he isn't tied to Lapsus, but it backfires. Just 2 days after the FBI poster goes up, KT updates DocSpin with all the details, making things even worse for Arian. Within a week, UK police finally close in and arrest Arian. Just 17, he's now staring down serious charges under the Computer Misuse Act, facing the possibility of a lengthy trial. But with his status as a minor, and claims of being mentally unfit to stand trial, he catches a break. Released on bail the very next day, though bound by a strict 1-month internet ban. As the pressure mounts, and with the media and harassment closing in, the authorities decides to move him to a hotel to keep him safe and away from the internet. Mid-2022 is a time when everyone is desperately waiting for the GTA 6 trailer. The internet is flooded with fake news and articles about release dates. Rockstar employees are working tirelessly, preparing for one of the biggest releases yet, a game that cost them over $2 billion to create. Arian, now almost 5 months in that hotel room, keeps a close eye on their every move. He quietly begins digging into Rockstar Games' systems, starting to extract all the information he can get his hands on. But little does he know, he's about to pull off his biggest hack yet, one that will make headlines around the world. To this day, Rockstar Games operates through 10 active studios around the globe. Beyond their main headquarters in New York, one of the largest studios, located in India and housing nearly 1,000 employees, focuses primarily on art and design. With so much of the company's creative work happening there, it serves as the perfect entry point for his plans. After creating a list of employees who work for Rockstar Games, including phone numbers and emails, Arian tricks the company's support staff by pretending to be an employee who can't remember his password. It works, but the account he gains access to doesn't have permission to log into the back-end systems he wants. So he tries again, and this time, he manages to gain control of a contractor's account. Now, with access to the company's Slack channel, Arian finds the login details of an employee who has access to the channels associated with game development. He uses it to get into Rockstar's internal systems. Suddenly, Arian finds himself with direct access to highly confidential, sensitive files related to GTA 6, including unreleased game assets, gameplay footage, and the source code. At the bottom of the file, something too tempting to resist, a leak all button. How could he not push it? The internet explodes as GTA 6 footage leaks on every social media platform, with news articles flooding in one after another. Rockstar's carefully planned teaser campaign is in shambles. In a panic, they contact the FBI immediately. Just 4 days later, the FBI raids his hotel room. When they raid, they don't knock politely. Agents burst into Arian's room, assault rifles aimed directly at him, dragging him out and seizing all of his equipment. Under his bed, they find an iPhone 13 Max linked to the hacked Rockstar accounts. For violating bail, he's sent straight to the Feltham Young Offenders Institute. Reports describe him as distressed, lashing out at guards and wrecking prison property. Arian openly admits his plans to return to cybercrime once released, making rehabilitation unlikely, and psychiatric care seems more probable than prison. His sentencing remains undecided, with ongoing delays and no clear date for a final decision. In August 2023, 11 months after the raid, he finally faces trial, but his autism spectrum disorder leads to a ruling of unfitness for trial. While guilty, he can't be convicted of criminal intent, leaving only community service or psychiatric care as possible sentences. Lapses caused millions in damages, with Rockstar alone spending over $3.5 million. Arian is later hospitalized due to his mental illness, and his future remains uncertain with ongoing delays in his sentencing. Lapsus has been inactive since, but many likely continue their hacks under new identities, more cautious than before.